this episode of Rik Marston Suburban Meteorite Hunter, we're going to do the return to Bartram Park. I'm going to be completing the last bit that I totally missed because it's a very long road, and it's going to be absolutely awesome. The last time we found some weird iron aggregates and probable iron meteorites, so let's see what we can find on this one. Hopefully we'll come up with something awesome. Hey guys, I have to make a real quick statement. I mean, it's one hell of a thing to try to find meteorites. Another thing is to go out and actively dredge and to try to find meteorites in locations and come across trash. Do yourself a favor. Don't be an ass. Keep an extra bag with you as you go along dredging, looking for meteorites in every location. Do something for your frickin' planet. Do something for your neighborhood. Do something for your community. Take out the trash as you're going along, dude. I mean, seriously, a real jerk would throw this stuff away. If you're really wanting to do something to help our planet and actually rescue meteorites, think about the good karma and the good energies that you produce when you take this out of the landscape. So do yourself a favor. If you're going to do something and rescue meteorites, also keep a bag with you for trash. It's common sense, man. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am here on the mission, return to Bartram Park. I have 1.3 miles to go, what was left of the actual trip. So I'm going to run that and just go back home. 1.3 miles one way, 1.3 miles the other way. And I should be able to clear this up, make sure that Bartram is done. So Bartram Park, the return of Bartram Park. Or, I'm sorry, the return to Bartram Park. There you go, dramatic. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there is a difference between a sand trap and a rock trap. This is a rock trap. As you can see, there's way more pebbles and stones compacted together. So there could be stuff deep underneath all this. So you got to take your time over this so it works. And so you actually can find everything that's in it. So that's a lot of stuff. And it might take a while to go through, but trust me, there could be something totally cool and totally buried. So take your time on it. Okay, so I'm done with the first half. I'm about to turn around and go to the other side. And I found a little friend right here. Either an aggregate or a meteorite. What can you say, man? And the ants are having a good day again. Let's flip it. That looks nice. Look at that. It's a possible iron. Hi guys, here are the final results of the return to Bartram. Well, it's a bunch of sand. I told you about the rock traps, which are different, and they're just more rocks. The rock traps, they're definitely thicker, deeper, and filled with way more pebbles. Thicker, larger pebbles. Here we go, some metal trash. And of course, our favorites, the asphalt rock, which is definitely everybody's favorites. All the, what do you call that? Limestone and the basalt and the, what else do we got here? Oh, we got some, look at this. These are some other ones. We got some quartz in there too. And let's see, we got granite. My God, everything's here. Oh, I even have some pumice that we found. That's actually a pretty big piece of pumice, if you ask me. And more iron bits. Some more pretty colors. Look at this. I'm going to zoom in on this. Look at this. Pretty colors. Yeah, definitely cool. Alright, let's see what we got here. Everybody's favorite slag. Yeah, there was a lot of slag. This basically was one of those ones that just wasn't the successful one. This is your normal experience. Yeah, you'll see what I got at the end. You tell me what you guys think. Right, here's some other different colors, rocks here and granites and stuff like that. These right here are very interesting. I'm going to zoom in on this. Is this a fragmented chondrite? Let's see. I think I need to have somebody take a good look at this. So it looks like something has fragmented. Looks like there are small chondrules or something in it. I don't know. You tell me. I'll have to take a look at this really up and close. And some more stuff. I'm believing that's going to be your typical asphalt rocks. Let's see here. All right, here we go. Here's our results for the day. Remember that one that I had found on the road? Well, here it is. It is, I'm not sure if it's an aggregate or a real iron meteorite, but I think it's swell looking, and it has some iridescence. Now that's a negative because usually that means that it's something that was man-made. But then again, vacuum muertas, if this has to be some sort of mesosiderite, which is, very improbable. Those are the only types that I know that really are legally allowed to iridesce as a meteorite. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the proof that is needed to show what the horrors of the New Mexico slag really are doing and what they are and what you will find. This beautiful specimen here you'll see. It is completely, it looks like all iron. You're like, oh my god, it's a meteorite. But you can see on the ends, it's got those little tips, things like the appendages, and you can still see that there's still some of the gray on it, the volcanic rock on it. So that should be like a lesson number one. These things still are coming, these aggregates, these little pieces of metal are coming from these little guys. Now look at this. This is an amazing specimen straight up. This looks just like that. See, isn't this cool? If this was loose, you'd be like, oh, that might be a meteorite. Well, I can't say if it is or not, but I'll tell you right now, this is not a meteorite. This is a wonderful example. See the balls? They're in the matrix. Isn't that cool? And here's this. Remember Ghosty? Well, that's a perfect example of Ghosty in the matrix. Here's Ghosty all cleaned. This is now a confirmed aggregate. And it looks like a wonderful Sakot LN. You think, oh, that's a little meteorite. Well, when you find this in the same area as you find this, you go, oh, wah, wah, wah. It must be an aggregate. So, takes it away. And of course, there's some more balls in the matrix, as you see. And some more little, I don't know, aggregates. And it's just sad because when you're looking for meteorites, you don't always find them. You'll find these little aggregates. And here's another one that looks just like this one, in a sense. Almost the same kind of weight and size. This is uncleaned. I'm about to clean it. And we'll see if we can make it look like this one. This I showed in one of my last episodes. And here's the largest aggregate, which I'm not sure if it's an aggregate, but let's all be skeptical here. Okay? I don't want to be skeptical. I want to be positive. But I'll tell you, man, that looks like a Campo from Argentina. But I'll be honest, it was found in the same area as this. Bartram Park has a lot of iron. It's very hard to say what iron is on the field without having a wonderful test with a spectrometer and being able to really either slice it and seeing if there's a Widman-Stratton pattern, how much nickel's in there. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have originally purchased in the past online, I don't know if you've seen this before, but Nickel Alert Detect. It worked on a couple of my etched meteorites that I have purchased, but it didn't work on anything that had a natural surface or whatever. It didn't detect anything off the surface of, say, a Canyon Diablo or a Lusta or any of the, or a Sakota Lin or anything like that. But it worked on when you have something etched. You can actually get some pink out of it. So, like I said, not every mission is going to be a success. I'm going to go ahead and clean this dude up here. And let's see if we can get it looking shiny and pretty. And then I'm going to clean this guy here. The one that has still has some matrix on it. Okay. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. May your energies be strong and renew. Remember, not every mission is going to be successful, but hey, let's see what happens next, On to the next mission, my friends. Bless you. Let's take a look at the sky. See what happens. Okay, and here are those little pieces that I was saying that might be a chondrite. That was fragments. Yeah, take a look at the inside there, the close-ups here. I'm going to zoom in even more. See if you can see the details of the crystal-like, excuse me. See if you can see the details of what looks like chondrules and olivine. Let's see if I can turn this way and see. I don't know. I mean, it's beautiful. It looks like it's got some mitochondrials here. See there, the white background shows up the color changes. Is this just New Mexico volcanic slag weathered? Or is this really a piece of possible chondrite? Look at those. It's like olivine crystals. I'm sorry. It's like olivine spheroids. And it's just in general some olivine. Hold on, let's see if we can get this focus. It's like an olivine barbell right there. At the top left. In the center. Let me see if I can get any closer to this. I know this is a joke if I can. Oh, it's as close as I can. Let's turn the camera. Here it goes. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this the fragments of a chondrite? Microspheroid chondrules, or are those still the remnants of the New Mexico slag? Is this just very small slag? I'm definitely going to need a scientist to check these little babies out, because this was all found in the same area off of Bartram. Very cool. Thank you for your time. On with the next. Hi guys. These are some of the best from Bartram Park that I have found on my little dredge hunts in the area. This is the largest specimen that was found in the beginning on the very first day of the trip. That was 17 grams. The second trip revealed this strange looking aggregate, or meteorite, probable. And I believe that's about 9 grams. And then on the third trip, we found this large guy that I've cleaned. And that, I believe, is about 10 or 11 grams. I'm going to have to reset that to see what its actual weight is. But it is really cool looking. It was the one that I showed that I was recovering on the ground at the time. And it's a very interesting looking specimen, as you can see. Like I said, I did do a clean. I used the silver sponge, as I like to call it, and I was able to clean it off real well. Well, as much without doing damage. Because remember, when you're trying to clean a specimen, a meteorite, you do not want to scrub too hard, and you have to have specific brushes and stuff like that. I have like a toothbrush, and then I've got an actual like scrub brush for the harder abrasive stuff to get off of stuff. And then I have like scouring pads that I use that are the metal type, the fine, thin metal type that won't really damage metal. So, and it's wonderful for taking off that hard rust and stuff and corrosion. So, yeah, there's still some stuff on the inside, as a matter of fact, you can see. But this is a really nice specimen. And when I saw this on the road, I was like, okay, that is a little more than an aggregate. Notice the tone, too, and the color. That's got more of a brown tone. That has a deeper tone, but more of a metallic tone. So again, these could still be aggregates. I'm not saying these are directly meteorites without having an academic really do the work and do the test on these. We're still saying everything is a probable. I do personally think that my chondrites that I found are real, because those are obvious. They have chondrules, fusion cracks, panatia. They also have minerals on them, not crystals. And if they are crystals, it's like olivine or peridot and stuff like that, and that's really cool. All right, here's another piece that I found on the second mission. It's interesting looking. Most would say probably a drill bit, but it does have some like in that area is like almost flow lines. I believe it's just like a twisted off drill bit. I mean, think about this. But I have seen Sakota ends that look like this. That are kind of like, I'd say, oh, it's a drill bit, but wait a minute. Once you clean it, you start to see some like, look at that. Here, I'm gonna flip this over. Do you see a rollover lip on that? Or is that because it was just twisted metal? Strange. Anyways, here is 2 more pieces of evidence that shows that the New Mexico volcanic slag is where a majority of the irons that you will find on the roads are coming from. This is a heartbreak because this is truth. Look, you could still see the volcanic matrix on this piece of metal. I'm going to zoom in the camera even more and see if we can see more details of this, because it's very important that the person on the road sees this, that a majority of the iron stuff that you find on the road, unfortunately, aren't meteorites. They're going to be coming from this kind of slag, volcanic slag. And it's a heartbreaker because, to the unaided eye of the person who doesn't know about New Mexico volcanic slag and how it's being used to fill up holes and to use in aggregate work to, work in concrete and asphalt. And but this, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. So for you people who are looking for stuff, just remember, most of the metals that you're going to find are probably coming from this, the slag, or like drill bits and parts from human stuff, But you need to have somebody literally do a spectrogram scan, or using a spectrometer to be able to check its metal content and its nickel content. And like I said before, I've used this nickel alert detect I bought off eBay, and it works on etched meteorites, but it can't tell surface stuff, or it doesn't read surface stuff, even on ones that I've bought, like Canyon Diablos and Manuano Lastas and Gibeons and stuff like that, and it still can't detect it on the surface. So that's a hit or miss purchase, if you're honest. I don't know if people in the scientific world back that type of product or not, but I thought it worked cool on etched meteorites because it confirmed that those were. But hey, you got a Wittmann pattern. I think that's enough evidence with that. So anyways, I love you guys. Peace and respect. Like I said with this, this was more of a trash collection day on Bartram Park, but this specimen really is cool, and it's going to be one of the ones that's going to be going with the rest of these in my top best finds that will be revealed at the end of this season of everything that I've collected. And I really, really am having so much fun doing this. And for my friends who are Synthesizer subscribers and people who watch my videos, keep holding on. There's not much going on in the Synthesizer world, so I'm going to be filling a lot of that time working on my album and doing this beautiful research on meteorites and probable meteorites in your own hometown. And it's quite cool because I'm able to use my own music and score these videos and show people that I'm not just some guy who sits at home playing synthesizers all day, There's things going on in the world. I love you. Peace and respect. May your energies be stronger than you, and go get those meteorites. Rescue them before they go down the drain. I love you. I'll see you all soon.